try it again.
Huh?
Like, I mean, I it was good for sure. Like,
No,
so let's definitely
what
try it
I'm
again.
saying is that her recipe was crispier than this one. Oh man,
Why is I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing the audio here.
because we're not live.
Yes, no,
I brought you your beer.
I can't hear.
Me neither.
I can't hear the game. I just
Neither
heard
can
the
I.
game. Yeah, okay, it is. It's on. It's on. Okay.
So we were talking about how to make tofu crispy.
Yes, how to make tofu crispy.
If anyone knows how to, we will appreciate your
talk in the chat.
feedback.
Give us your tofu tips.
What? Yes, because he doesn't believe in my tofu woman.
You're a YouTube tofu woman.
Yes, you call her that lady.
That lady. I was like, what does that lady want you to do? I said that one time. I was just like,
One time?
forever now. It's true. It's just, I would lean into it. I think that's, I'd be selling T-shirts that said that.
I
lady
believe
on 'em.
she was right because today we did it your way and it's not crispy at all.
Okay.
What do you think?
Oh, I mean, it was really good. Last time was really good.
With the recipe of the lady.
See? Yeah. What the hell?
You're not inviting me
Enter
to your
co-op.
game?
Hit a button. Okay.
I do
there we
it.
go. There we go. Pasqualina.
Me?
No, I was joking. I was just reading the.
I like
It's
Caballo.
a fun name. Caballo is a fun character.
I agree. Ooh.
Aaron Gigis.
Mm-hmm. Maruto is also very powerful.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do it right now. No hurry, just hyper.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
But yeah, it's a hard one.
The healing one is super valuable, like super useful in all these things in the early rounds.
I can barely hear you. Hi, Philip.
The healing one is super valuable in these early rounds of these levels.
Yeah, because you only have like 4 cards.
That's true. The cards I have suck, but I'm saying in this, like of the ones that are available, like this one is pretty sick. I'm gonna do the axe. So we're pretty. I mean, I don't know how far I am in terms of unlocking everything in this absurdly. Like, there's just a lot of shit in this game.
Far.
But we're not that far. Like, I'm definitely not. Yeah. So we've unlocked some of those guys. I gotta always go with the duplicator. Duplicators.
I think there are duplicators here, so.
I think there are also. There's one. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go up and then down, or
Up to you.
do you just want to?
Up to you.
Why? I ask you first.
I feel like you know more about this one than I do. This level than I do.
Yeah, but I have that power that brings you all the cool stuff.
Oh, right.
So I never have to go
Yeah.
hunt.
What's it called?
I don't know. Why do you put me on this spot?
I don't remember.
Why you put me on the spot?
I'm putting both of us on the spot. We're both fake gamer girls right now.
I'm not. I'm very far on this game.
No, I'm a fake gamer girl. You're a real gamer girl. You're actually way farther in this than I am. You have unlocked way more shit than I have. Oh, hell yeah.
Because I was pretty obsessive about it.
Lightning ring, baby. Fucking love the lightning ring.
Ahí está Leonora.
I think the SN30s are...
The what?
These controllers we have are like the optimal Vampire Survivors controllers.
Yes, please sponsor us.
That's right. That's right.
Sponsors.
When we play Vampire Survivors, we use SN30 game pads from 8-Bit Do.
They have fun colors, so.
They do. You're absolutely right.
Let's hit reroll. Ooh, maybe Song of Mana.
feel like that one's almost overpowered once you get it out. It's awesome. It's just like it's a fun power. It does a lot.
Also, Maruto has a really cool power that when you get far, she makes like this thing on Earth that it's kind of. What?
I did spell string.
So we're gonna choose Friendship Amulet.
Friendship.
This helps both of us.
See?
And yeah.
The rules of Friendship Amulet are it will level up the next most not fully leveled item in your list in the top left of the screen.
Yes.
I kind of want to do Empty Tome. It
I
seems
feel like
dumb.
I don't like Empty Tome.
It seems dumb to take it this early, but we'll see if that comes back to bite me in the ass or not.
I feel like Empty Tome, it's a good
While
level up.
while you're on this screen, can you pause it? Real quick?
Sure.
Let's see if I can. Nope. Yeah, that's what I want. Choosing a different window. Yeah, that's way better. Now the only question is, no, it's not. We need to choose. Okay, we're all good. Thank you, Bobo. Good, Bobo. This totally legal beverage. No, I don't know if we're allowed to drink alcohol on Twitch, so Ixnan alcohol. Let's go. Let's fucking go. It's part of the it's part of the agreement thing. So we're drinking sparkling water. I think. Wait, what level am I? I think Spell Strike comes. Spell Strike drops at level 10. So I'm going to take Axe. And then I'll pick up Spell Strike when it drops. Don't take my Spell Strike. You can. I'm asking you not to. It'll drop when I hit level 10. Or level 5 possibly. Because it drops for my character specifically because I'm in the game. See? Level 10 and level 20. That we don't have an audience. Literally nobody's watching. There's 2 people watching on Twitch and 1 person watching on
people, what do you think?
YouTube. We wouldn't even be able to see what they said because of how I got this show set up. Okay. There we go. Go ahead. A little bit off the screen. Sorry, I didn't do that. There we go. Nice. Yeah, like we're just gonna shred these guys for the next 20-some minutes. We're both like yawning into the microphone.
Me?
Both of us. Well, I mean, yours is attached to you, so you don't have, like, I don't have any excuse. Sorry. Morty. It's like the least professional thing I've ever done. Today. What? What do you mean?
I'm sure we're never gonna get views.
No. Literally never. Nobody's watching this. Only the most depraved of sickos are watching this shit right now. Yeah. Your American accent is creepy. I don't like it. Yeah. Sickos. Sickos. Where's my liver?
I'm not the one that's dead.
So dead. So dead. Quebec. My limo. My limo. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even know if I can fully get into how mad I am at Apple's various shitty apps and websites right now. Something just fell off of me. Oh. Friendship. 1, 2, 3. So I'm throwing 4 axes at a whack now. Oh, damn. Nice. Big area of effect spell, huh? But only when they get close. But yeah, but only when somebody has to get close enough to hit them. Yeah. Yeah. The duplicator, you mean? Yeah, go ahead. Oh shit! Nice.
So what if? Are you not allowed to?
There's too many things. There's too many. Man, they dropped way up here, huh? I was not paying attention at all. No, there's tons of things, but they really don't want you to do. There's some things that will get you banned for doing. What the fuck, dude? How is it this far? This is crazy that it was this far away. Crazy for being so spellstring. Oh yeah, that was super close. As this were. Shit, good brick. Let's hit a stop timer, so let's go. Yes. But like only to a certain degree. They get mad at us for saying certain things. Yeah. It's a venture capitalist sunk cost fallacy, basically. I don't think they would even know what I was talking about if they heard it. I think we're gonna do axe again. The axe is low-key a really good weapon on higher level. Once you figure out how to use it, like you just kind of want to position yourself up a little higher on the screen, and it will cleave through some fools. Damn, for real, why am I yawning so much? No, only you did. I'm at level 20 now. So now I can level these up into like a triple fucking unification bullshit. Oh, nice! Damn, thank you. That was awesome. I could just kill these guys myself. How long do you think I can go without moving? I'm gonna put the controller down.
No, put it up.
All 2 viewers. Not touching anything. We're only 7 some minutes. Oh, I gotta pick a. I'm gonna do King Bible. This is like this water, like guys used to have the ventriloquist dummy would like the guy would drink a glass of water. That's what I'm doing right now with this glass of water. I gotta go with the dupe. The duper.
Each time we gotta pull this.
Okay.
Because we need them to kill the final boss.
Oh,
We
I
are
feel.
able
So we have to save. We have to save
We have
those.
to save those, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
See?
Ready?
It's like 7:40. We might need to ice this so we can get Dr. Freeman on here. You still watching, Dustin? Let me know in the chat if you're still watching over here. Yes, he is. Yeah, okay, go on. We got like we'll do a middle of the hour ad break and then bring on Dr. Freeman. As per usual, the good doctor says, Dustin says moving some large things around. So, normal shit. What's our... Okay, we already have that going, so I think we're just going to do armor. Does armor stack with the cards? Do you know? Does... Yes, the deck. Like, if I pick the one that damages people when I heal, does the armor unlock? Left to left. I didn't even bother to change the channel from just chatting. So just set to the same just chatting. So silly. Did not help me. Santa Water. Channel favorite Santa Water. Nice. Nice. Donka donka. Dude, stop it. We're gonna make the entire, like, few people that are watching, including our guest, yawn. I was thinking, I think I just came up with like the slogan for this show. High production value, low quality content. That's what we do here.
Like,
That's what we do.
meme in Spanish that is like, it's something like, it's small work, but it's honest work or something.
It's small work. It's not much.
Little work,
It's
not much.
It's not much, but it's honest. That'd be like the
So they put it when you, they do an exercise.
much, but it's honest. But damn it, it's honest. Ooh, spicy.
Do you see?
Yeah. I feel like we won't need it, but it's nice to have it. See, I don't know what we have to do to get to the final boss, dude. You didn't tell me the plan. I'm just here. I'm just here, like, enacting your designs. We have to go
We should
to the
go
left
to their.
and then get down Laguna Beach.
What are the?
They're rosaries.
Oh,
Makes sense.
Rosarios.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
Why are you letting?
I should let you get that one. Go, we can go up to the crown. You can grab the XP one. Damn, I really am getting everything today.
What?
I really am getting everything today. See? I heard what you said. You're right. It is moving for sure. It's about me and specifically for me.
Wait until
One of those two viewers.
on the website.
What on the No Website show? One of those two viewers today is me. Watching this show.
Me on my cell phone.
It is me just in my mind watching it, and it shows up as a Twitch viewer because I'm so tuned into this shit. Friendship. Definitely lightning ring. We're gonna start shredding these motherfuckers with lightning. Oh damn, you killed him.
What is that?
I was hoping we could harvest those sweet XPs. But your devil magic destroyed it all. He didn't save me. He didn't kill all those guys yet. I would have killed them myself. They got shit on us in 13 minutes. We're like vastly overpowered. It's like, oh.
Why we don't get power to
It's like, oh, I've only spent the Tyrant killed one for the game. Well, now I mean, like we lost all that XP. Like this actually does. It actually does kind of make the game harder, but like in a meaningful, useful way. It's like an augmentation to the difficulty level. Yes, once the percentage goes down of like how often it will destroy all the XP for sure. But it's tough getting there. Like you lose a lot in early rounds. But once you're like if you've played it enough, it's fine. You're not gonna get anywhere near dying until you're 15-20 minutes in, even if you get really unlucky. Whistle, you hear that? Somebody in the audience is like hearing this is the nose whistle. Like, yes, finally. Nothing to feel seen. If Justin shows up with his nose with like that, we can be the honk shoe team here. I don't know if the roll off on my mic like effectively protects me from nose whistles or not. It should, because we the horns to talk. How would they know? What are you, the police? Border Patrol. I love the sound effect that the crater makes. It looks cool and yeah, it's cool. It's cool. That pentagram of yours has cost us all the treasure. The treasure! I hardly measure all the treasure. I'm wondering if we should pause and bring our guest in. Yeah, well, good thing. All right, we're going to take a middle of the hour, or almost top of the hour ad break. The bottom of the top of the hour ad break, folks. Welcome to the oh shit button.
existingly. Um, okay. Uh, okay. I'm sorry.
Now we can
I
both.
don't.
We are both being on the thing. So I'm gonna change on Zoom. You will see the OBS virtual camera. This is the live
Oh,
feed of the
amazing.
show. I know it's like I'm a professional, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not mirrored anymore though, so that's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
fuck me
is
up. But
actually
I'll be fine.
cartoon. Yeah, no, computers are terrible. Also, you're still like way too loud. I'm gonna try to fix. Say, go ahead and say
Okay.
something there. Give me
I'm gonna.
give me a line.
Should I move the mic farther
No,
away? I
no.
guess no.
This is just me. This is just me looking at your volume levels, like from me. So one thing
I might hide myself.
inside baseball, one of the things I've noticed with OBS is that when you use macOS audio capture,
Yeah.
it tends to like it's just 100% peak, like just the loudest possible audio, and so it sucks ass. You have to wrangle it a bit. But anyway, let me drink some of this nondescript water because Twitch.
Oh yes, I see. Um, wow, I'm having trouble. Oh, you have this side of the camera. Okay,
I'm
that
just
makes sense
cropping you.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I'm
makes
cropping you.
sense. Okay,
Dr. Kroppenstein over here.
great. Yes.
Yeah. So, Dustin, Doctor Dustin Freeman, please. It's great to see you, buddy. Please.
Love to see you as well.
Please tell the people who you are. Just give them a little bit of background. While I also try to make sure that your solo video feed works. Go ahead and talk.
Let's see. I've done lots of work in sort of like the research of new input systems for a variety of interfaces across many years, all the way from really big tables to most recently hand tracking with some neuroscientists at Meta. That's been this sort of like professional arc. Um, Professional sort of technical art, and that's also been the one that's paid the bills. On the side, I've done a lot of work in sort of different forms of theater, which includes running like an improv theater company and more recently running an immersive theater space in New York. I've been enjoying fun employment since like late
Hooray.
2022.
Thanks, Obama.
Too
soon. Too soon.
Yeah. Well, story about that in a bit, but I was running like sort of an art space in New York until about March. Decided to end that, and then went on a 10-week vacation, which I've never gone on a vacation that long in Eastern Europe, and just got back to New York 3 days ago.
Your Instagram videos were pretty sick.
I have not shared everything. I mostly did 3D scans of caves.
Right.
Which
I mean, but that counts as sick around here. Like that's.
Yeah. No, I use the new I think it's 15. I use this monster to record about 80 minutes of the inside of like cave cities in central Turkey.
Yeah. It's crazy how nice the cameras are on these things now.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying fun employment right now, and that's half of that's turning into a research project I'm doing with NYU, and the other half of that is turning into a project that most likely will spin out into a startup, but we'll see what works with that. So that's roughly my story.
Excellent story. What I mean that's a heck of a story, Doc. Do tell us a little bit about Whatbox.
Okay.
Set the stage for the people.
So, when you work in a new medium, whether in art or whether in engineering or science, it's actually really hard to get people to recognize intuitions about what's new about the space, right? So like you might have radio, and then someone comes along with television, and then they're like, and then sort of like you get to like live news later, like a 24/7 news cycle. Those are sort of several steps in intuition. So when you invent something new, it's actually like hard to digest what's like new about it. Anyway, Phil and I worked at this 3D scanning company that made a hardware sensor and really excellent 3D scanning software. and we were trying to figure out what's the most succinct way to explain to the average person what that would unlock. And what was important about the 3D scanning is it was like really instant. It was like very fast. It wasn't like photogrammetry where sometimes you need to spin up to the cloud and it's minutes later.
The feedback loop between the person operating the thing
Yeah.
and seeing the results of what they were doing was an order of magnitude faster than they were used to.
Yeah, tens of seconds, maybe like 6 or something like that. If you want a really low res scan, and that's not just sort of the raw point cloud data. It's like a completed meshed object. And so I don't know how we ended around this use case. We were trying to think of like what would, there's the measuring use case and stuff like that, but like measuring a distance, and we now have like laser tape measures, and it would be good at that, but a laser tape measure would be better. So the use case we came up with was like you look at an object that you want to ship, and then you immediately get a URL to the FedEx box and the pricing it would be to ship that item
Yes.
that you're looking at.
And this was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel it's got to be about 10 years ago.
And it's annoying because no one's made it yet.
Not as good. I mean, we actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't ship it.
Being that it was literally a demo for one video that nobody saw.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
In fact, I mean, you know what? While we're talking, I'm going to see if I can pull up that video. It's got to exist on the
and the name
YouTube.
Whatbox. I don't know where that came from, but it's a good name.
Yes.
What
I agree.
box is it? Is it being implied?
What box?
What
box?
And I think when we were working, I was there at a
so many
2014,
items, and yet what box
Yeah.
could contain them? Like it works in so many ways.
I think when I was there from 2014 to 2016 at Occipital, the term semantic slam wasn't really in vogue yet, and now
Semantic
everything, all sort of like,
The
computer
failed
vision.
the failed Noam Chomsky pro wrestling reality show, Semantic Slam.
Oh man, so
or no, what semiotic slam would be even scarier. Wow.
so there's a sidebar. There's this ongoing debate in when I say something like ongoing debate, I mean decades. There's this ongoing debate in the academic
as
linguists.
all debates in academia are, you're right.
Yeah.
Like
About whether thought creates language or language creates thought. And Noam Chomsky landed on the side where language created thought. So your thought is constrained by the language that you're trained to use, right? You can't have a thought in absence without language for it. And so I found it incredibly funny when he had a stroke and couldn't speak anymore for the last couple of days of his life, because he's the one guy that knows.
Right.
He's the one guy that knows and can't tell us.
You'd think. Yeah.
Imagine that insight he got.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if you could just pull it off of his brain without using the parts that he would have to in order to fulfill the things he said,
then we would know.
Oh man, yeah. Also, huge shout out to Noam Chomsky, Uncle Noam on the channel here. Not a friend of the channel, but actually, I do really like Noam Chomsky.
I'm glad you went for Uncle Noam rather than Chompers or something like that.
Unky Noam. No, I was the teen. I've talked about this before on the show. Like, I was the 16-year-old teenager listening to Noam Chomsky lectures and shit, like on Cuba and like whatever. Like, oh my god, yeah. That was my political education as a young man. Like, sitting in my bedroom and making websites for random customers and listening to Noam Chomsky and the Dead Kennedys. That's how I spent most of my teenage years. Yes.
I guess I didn't really pay attention to him as much as I did like Umberto Eco, who was the semiotics guy. Yeah,
big. Yeah, I mean, there's similar types of dude in terms of the way that they're looked upon by the people. Yeah.
I did manage to go to a Umberto Eco talk when he visited Toronto shortly before he died, And I was like, oh, this is gonna be good stuff. This is gonna be deep things. I've read a lot of his books. I'm gonna really understand it. And it was mostly like kind of mediocre jokes about George Bush being a bad guy, which like that would like barely pass at an open mic. And I'm like, look, I'm on board with you,
trenchant
Alberto.
commentary from like 1992 for George Bush Sr. Right?
Right. I was like, maybe you could do better than this.
But does he have to?
But
Apparently not.
you mentioned Obama. Another part of my bio is I'm Canadian. I got a short-term visa, as Canadians can do, 2014 to 2016, and then mid 2016, I decided maybe I want to kind of do this long term. But I had 2 short-term visas for 2 different startups and SF, and both times I was like, I don't think I could stick all the way out here to get a permanent residency with this particular startup. I don't like the idea of being stuck. So fall 2016, I was like, okay, let's start on the green card process independently. And that was the day before Clinton lost the election. And I sent like several $1,000s to a lawyer the day before Clinton lost the election.
Man.
I'm just like, okay, I'll see how this goes for now.
That is the correct way to describe it as well. Clinton lost the election. Speaking of old things, of nostalgia, the wound of the past, or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be.
On a return?
Yes, that's exactly where I was going.
I regret saying that.
Hang on, I'm checking on some audio issue here. No, we're good. Never mind. You got a bunch of cool stuff behind you, Doc. Is there anything in the? Tell me about the shit behind you here.
I'm so glad you asked.
Show me some of your favorite items from this surprisingly large shelf, or tub. Oh wow, it'll connect.
Yeah, that's a Connect 1.
Yep.
And to be clear, that's a Connect 1.
ONE, not the original
Capitalized.
Connect, which is
This is a Connect 1.
Yeah, that's the 3. Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot more Connect 1s in here of either type.
How many do you own? Oh, hell yeah, dude. I have that behind me right now.
Great. Well, I wanted to make sure I called this out.
It belongs. It has a place in
beautiful
history.
item.
Yes.
It sits in a nice protected box.
It
the
belongs.
iPhone, this fits an iPhone 6S, which
Yes.
I don't think I can build apps to anymore.
You couldn't. I don't know if you can deploy them
Too
anymore.
bad.
Yeah.
And then a lightning cable. Oh, Phil, I have an iPhone with a USB-C charger now. Cannot
Turns
tell
out.
me how. I gotta tell you how life-changing that is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Definitely
for those, in case some poor fool listens to this without context, this is the structure sensor, by Acceptable, where Phil and I worked.
Yeah.
This is a wide-angle lens. The phone would fit in here. This is a wide-angle lens that would be over the color camera of the iPhone. Back when iPhones had a single camera, crazy, and
Or even 2. But yeah.
This is what's called a bridge headset, which is the I think this might have been demoed to me a week after I started working on it.
I think probably so, around that time. Yeah.
And you know what I like about it too, this tightener was like way ahead of its time.
That ratchet thing was fucking baller.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. Yeah, we showed. I'm gonna see if I can pull up. Let me see if I can pull up a YouTube video from CES 2017.
It's crazy how there's 2 things that matter for VR comfort: it being rigidly attached to your head and it being roughly evenly weighted.
Yes.
And also not hot. And it's so nice that we have like the Quest now, and it's so nice that it's standard, but they're kind of a little heavy. And I know there's so many like stiff-necked VR gamers that don't say that, but it's heavy.
Yeah.
I
It's
miss
true.
I miss when we had
agree.
like PC attached VR or like even mobile phone VR,
Mm.
and they were pretty light. You could like kind of whip your head around, and it
Well,
wouldn't like.
and I think actually, I think because of the way things appear to be shaking out with the Vision Pro and
Yeah.
with the higher end Meta headsets and even with the Valve Index, I think we are going to go back to the headset as a thin client,
And
primarily.
yeah, no,
Like,
that makes sense.
which again
I
just
think
goes all the way back to how computers originally were anyway. Like, we're just talking about mainframes and
are you
clients.
okay? I thought you were about to go into the reboot intro.
Okay, I
Um,
mean I could, but no. Did you
uh,
watch they released new episodes of that not long ago, right? Didn't that eventually happen?
I don't know when you say not that long ago. Are you talking about the live action reboot?
No, no.
Okay, good. I was very worried. Yes, no, I can't stuff this box close. I have a Quest Pro, because okay, I love the thin client over like a render server that's sitting somewhere in my home.
Right.
Airlink is such a beautiful product that happens to work incredibly well.
Your
So I
your
have
your laptop or
yeah,
your phone or your iPad or all
or
of them potentially
or
working.
people have thought about models for VR headsets or AR headsets where there's like a compute brick that you carry on a belt or something like
Sure.
that.
Or
But
your
that's
back
like
pocket or
that's kind of
sure.
unsexy, and people get worried about losing them.
You just get
Um,
like, what if you just get it implanted into your neck like those shitty tattoos guys get
exactly.
now? Like the Cody Rhodes.
Have it serve
Just
nicotine.
have like it's the it's the eye goiter. Like the technological
Yeah.
goiter cube that you have on your neck at all times.
So I
I
own a
think it's the
Quest
future,
Pro,
Morty.
and it's not really necessary for me to own a Quest Pro, but um, as a Meta employee, you are given a certain amount of like money. You're like that you have to expense it, but that you can expend on things throughout the year for health reasons,
Right.
which includes like gym classes, blah blah blah. Um,
Headsets.
and at the time, previously, the Quest had been classed as exercise equipment, and therefore all of VR's headsets were exercise equipment. So
Interesting.
so the Quest Pro came out, and in the time between when the Quest Pro became available and like they rethought whether also the high-end headsets should count as exercise equipment, I just like used this entire like health equipment grant on a Quest Pro and got one effectively for free.
That's my Dustin.
And it's great. It works
Yeah.
really well.
It seems really. I mean, it seems like a really nice. Actually, it does seem like a really nice headset.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from, I mean, obviously you're professional, and a lot of your personal passions are around the theater and technology, moving around with computers. That seems to be like
Mm-hmm.
really a thing that has really motivated you in life. What have you been playing any games where you just sit down and veg out for a while, or you've been watching or playing anything where you've just been kind of semi-vegetative, just sitting on the couch for a while?
You're saying this is a harsh contrast to
Yes,
the
it
energy
was it was
analog
meant to
brain.
be a segue.
Um, I really liked oh god damn it,
Great band name. Oh god damn it.
the live stream from the Namibia desert.
Hmm.
Um, there is this is the
Gotta
best
find
thing.
this now.
I was high when I discovered this. This is the best thing that happened to me in 2024 so far. Um,
Okay,
there is a live stream of a certain watering hole. It's nighttime now in Namibia. There's a
okay.
live stream of a certain watering hole. I'm pasting this in the chat
I
in the
see.
Twitch chat.
I've just found it.
Um,
Yes,
and it
I'm gonna
feels
bring
like
it
you're
up.
watching like
I'm gonna turn
a
the audio down just a
corner
bit.
of GTA.
Yes, I love,
Um,
dude. I love that shit. Just watching the shit interact.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's got nothing to do with me. Like I'm just
And the game
it's delightful.
that you play is you type in the chat when you notice things that are exciting. And then when people are like, wait, why are they fighting? Someone who's been watching for 10 minutes ago is like, oh, this one was the boar was here first. And then the orc showed up.
Team Boar. Like fucking
Yeah.
get out of here,
Um,
you disgusting ibex. Fuck you.
and I think and
Oh my
I've been trying to
god.
repeat this magic, and I've tried
That's
to look up
beautiful.
other wildlife streams, and they're not the same. I don't know what's going on. This might be a
They've
weird
captured
Truman
some
Show.
magic is what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know what's up there. Um,
Wow.
so this is my
All right,
passive
I'm
game.
gonna pull this. Let's see. I should be able to pull this up if I change the window share to Safari. I don't think we're gonna get the audio, but I'm gonna switch over here and we can. I love this. I love this. See, I want to grab this. Like there's that big shout out to Soma FM. Wow, I can't type for shit. Big shout out to Soma FM that does a channel which I still listen to all the time, and I listened to before I moved to San Francisco, which is SF 1033, which is ambient mixed with the San Francisco emergency scanner. This is what it made me think of that. Like this, you could do so much with this, like audio. I can't. It won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. I'm using a plugin on the YouTube, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Yeah. I love that. It's also interesting too, like just seeing like the how still it is. Looking at the readings on this thing here, like no wind, no rain, 28.1 C, like fucking chill. Yeah. No, my mom's been telling me all about it. It's hot as fucking Michigan right now. It's actually been hot in the Bay Area where it's not ever. It's famously cold. You know, like it's been rough. Like we went to the ball game on Sunday night or on Sunday afternoon, and like, what's that? Oh no, the ballpark's over by where we used to work on 3rd Street. And so it technically Soma, yes, they call it China Basin now. But it's like maybe 3/4 of a mile walk or so for me from my apartment, and I love doing that. I love walking from my apartment to the ballpark and watching the ball game and walking back. It's like the whole reason I live in a city is being able to do baseballs easily. But the I forgot what I was even talking about now. I totally lost my train of thought because I like baseball so much. Yeah. Oh man. So I almost paid. So, people know what they're doing with baseball. People know what they're doing. So at Oracle Park, on the lower boxes, there's a certain part that is shaded because above it are the other levels. It's a triple level, ballpark. And those middle of the day games, if they're early in the season, like if they're in April, it's gonna be chilly. Like it's gonna be bright out there. You're not gonna be like shirtless or whatever. Like you're gonna want clothes. It's not gonna be like hot, but it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. This time of year, like I've got like sunburn and shit, because it was just too fucking hot yesterday. It was brutal. Like I was applying sunblock every fucking 20 minutes, and I still got me. Still got me. Mm-hmm. True.
Put on the streets. I was in Athens like a month ago, and almost nothing was happening. Like, it was very confusing. And turns out the deal is that everyone goes to the shore so that they can simply just walk into the sea
Well, I mean,
and then sleep sort of in the sea. I mean,
that's a choice.
but I can't do that here. I've got like, I'm a 5-minute walk to the East River. Not really, can't really wade into
because
that.
the government won't let you, man.
Yeah.
Where's my walking into the sea? Who's protecting my walking into the sea rights? That's what I want to know.
You know, I actually looked into getting an inflatable kayak so that I could like cross the river to go to a bars, just because I wanted to like show up at a bar.
Why not?
With the kayak? Well, actually, you aren't allowed to because it's like a sea shipping lane. Like,
That makes sense.
you have to be
Also, I mean, probably you would. It just seems like a great way to contract something you could sue the city for. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I think they.
Just.
I don't know if I feel like you're probably allowed to swim in there. I actually don't know if that's true.
I mean, they did it on Seinfeld, but
that was pre 9/11.
True.
It's a different time. Phil,
God
don't
damn it,
you
Dustin.
remember? Don't you remember before 9/11 that
God
you could
damn
just
it,
like
Dustin.
go say hi to pilots? You just go say hi to the pilot of the plane. They'd show you around and show you what the switches did.
Yep.
I did that on every flight. People, the kids don't know. The kids don't know that's what that's what we lost.
They took from you. This is what they took from you. Yeah. There's that episode of Community where the Jeff character they're doing a debate in the same room that the Olympic-sized swimming pool is in. And he's trying to get the John Oliver character off of no, it's not John Oliver. It's a debate thing. He's trying to anyway, he starts out, the world wasn't the only thing that changed on 9/11. It still cracks me up. Like, the world wasn't the only thing that changed. It's perfect. It's so good. It's so good.
That feels like the same, like there's some image macro I saw. Who's that famous physicist? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah.
Where he's just staring off to the side and it says something like, do you know that there's more stars in the universe than there are atoms in the universe? Something like that. Something like that. Wait, that isn't deep. That doesn't make any sense. You've not communicated any information.
No, but it feels like people are gonna reshare that. Like it feels like it's something maybe. Yeah. Man, you been playing any video games lately?
Let's see.
Anything aside from watching this?
A lot of like
Desert?
group group VR stuff. Like oh man, Phasmophobia a ton. And because I have a younger brother who's really into like group horror shenanigans stuff. So Phasmophobia.
This is a golden age for that shit.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I'm less into that. I'm more into the sort of I play D&D for style points to have things go hilariously wrong.
Yeah.
So
as one might.
Phasmophobia is one of them. The other one was shit, I forget. It's this like you're space truckers and you're trying to like scavenge stuff.
Yeah,
remote stations. And you're
what's it
kind of
called?
picked off one by one.
Yeah, there's a monster on a thing. Like we were just talking about this with my nephews as well. They're gonna be so mad at me. They're gonna be like, they're not gonna watch this. Nobody gives a shit. My teenage nephews, like, can you imagine what I would have to do to force them to watch this show? Like, there's just no fucking way. There's no way a teenager would watch this.
You dance more, Phil.
You can smile more.
I smile plenty, honestly.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Lethal Company.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal Company is
Yes.
great because, and it's really hard to express this feeling because it sounds like boredom. So your crew, and we play with a mod so that your crew can be much larger, up to 6 people. So you're going out to get stuff, and then you make it back to the ship. There's only local communications, so when you see each other, like you don't like play audio in Discord, you do it with local audio.
Yeah.
When you run into someone else in the world, you might not have seen them for a while, and so you get back to the ship, and there's 2 of you back, and you started with 5, and you're like, are they still coming back? We don't know.
Right.
It's like there's a monster running at us right now. Should we just like launch the ship? And then you do, and you find that like the 3 of them were right around the corner.
They were like right there. Yeah. Yeah.
And also probably maybe trying to scare the monster off or like bait them away.
Right.
Or sometimes, but also when you die, you get to hear everyone's audio.
Right.
So sometimes I've been out with a crew of 4, and then 3 of us will die due to the same idiot shenanigans. And then there'll be one person left talking to himself, be like, hey, I haven't seen anyone in a while. Hope they're okay. Hey, is anyone around? And we're all like, and then they get close to the same like trap that killed us, and we're like, no. And they're like, huh, wonder what that is. Like you're watching an idiot in a horror movie.
That's a really interesting, like, I mean, some cultures basically believe that's what happens when you die. Is this is just you watch like you hang around the same general area and just watch someone else make the same mistake that you did, but you can't warn them about it. Like that's
in that framework, haunting.
Yeah.
Is you just were so mad about a particular thing.
It attached it, like it imprinted on your soul somehow. You were so pissed off about him.
I don't know. Oh man, did my connection die?
No, I'm still here.
Okay,
I can still hear you.
I like the idea of like if there's a culture that believes that when you die you are in a certain specific area indefinitely, you think you kind of plan the death around that. And let's say that suicide's not allowed in that particular culture. It doesn't work.
Make sure that like all your snacks are nearby.
Yeah. A bunch of people are just gonna be like stuck in hospital rooms and like furious about it.
Yeah, like I got really subpar. Like this nurse didn't come by and clean my bed sores often enough, and I'm just mad about it for eternity.
Yeah, but you want go take those old people out to a nice hill and just take them out.
And this is for they get to watch they get to watch kids play. Like during in the winter they get to watch children ride.
People outside this culture are horrified by this.
Yeah, it's like, what would you do for Statler and Waldorf? Like to give them you'd put them in like the worst theater. You'd take them to the worst theater in the city, and then just like force feed them poison. They would be like they'd be so happy
Feels
forever. Yeah, they'd be like, the first part of that was really awful, but I understand it now.
Let's see. Oh man, I was going through my stuff. Just because you mentioned that, I was going through my a bunch of old boxes a while ago because I'm doing the usual get back from vacation, rearrange your apartment.
As you do. Yep.
I had a physical copy of the Muppet Treasure Island full motion video game, which came on
on VHS or Laserdisc. What?
On four
a
on
PC.
4 CDs. Yeah.
PC CD.
Yeah.
Hokey smokes.
I don't know if they were CD DVDs.
That's amazing.
It was recorded at the same time as the movie, so it's the same cast, it's the same sets.
So like just wildly, just weirdo, different. Like, oh golly, somebody dropped this such and such. What are we gonna do now? Kind of shit like that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
and it's like I think the playthrough time is like 4 hours. You can find like the game, the movie on it.
I'm gonna have to pull this down for my Raspberry Pi emulation station thing.
So one thing I did last year is I ran a full motion video full motion video game jam in New York, and I set up a bunch of green screens and got a bunch of actors and got a bunch of game makers and had
I watched some of this.
We had like a centralized studio because like setting up a green screen is actually kind of a pain in the ass.
You're telling me, buddy.
yeah, you can find the complete playthrough on YouTube
Mhm.
of this game. So essentially, setting up a green screen studio with like that's like just even passable like lighting and sound and stuff like that is a bit of a pain in the ass. So we just did it in this like nice central location. Had a bunch of like remote game jammers request things. Some people would just show up for a couple hours to record video and then go home.
Yeah.
It was nice and cute. I'm probably gonna do it again this year, but I don't know where just yet.
What like was there anything? Man, I misclicked there. Was there anything running that? Like, what was the? Do you have any of those feelings of like? Well, I didn't expect that. Like that's the thing. That's the whole reason to do these
Well,
from an artistic, like, from an artistic
yeah,
standpoint.
yeah. I
The
mean,
whole reason to do these kinds of installation shits is to just be like, well, I had no fucking clue something this stupid would possibly happen, right? Like that's the whole reason.
yeah. So I mean, part of my fantasy was that I wanted no sequitur requests to the green screen studio
Okay.
to not from like solo devs in the middle of nowhere, not hear from them again for a couple days, and then get something. And so
Yeah.
the request I got, so here's my favorite example. The request I got was for me to dress up as a caveman, and record myself pushing on something. And someone made
That request obviously came from Fustin Demon.
no, it came from someone who I don't even know them. Okay. I guess their itch name is Oblong, but they made like a Sisyphus.
Oh wow!
Rock pushing MMO.
This is beautiful.
Where you just hold down a key to keep pushing, and when you stop, you get to write a message, and it's just everyone.
Holy crap, dude! I am dying. This is amazing.
Oh god, watch the audio. Yeah, so play it.
Yeah, check out this game.
I didn't make this. I just got requested to
Sisyphus FMV.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, Sisyphus FMV. It got number 2 in gameplay.
I actually don't know how these ratings worked. But
yeah, I mean, no, these are great.
This was stupid and beautiful.
Yes.
And all those guys sitting on the slope there are times when people took their finger off a button, and then the
that's like
Sisyphus in their universe stopped there.
That's so good.
Very
Dark
Souls.
So good. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's so.
I love that.
It's so it's one of those perfect ideas that's so annoyingly tight and simple to do. You know, like it's not that hard to do that at all.
No. But like it's so effective. Like the little, yeah, it's the, I mean the sort of original version of that would be death logs in like Rogue or NetHack rather.
Bones files or whatever
I think
it's called.
NetHack was the first one. It was like multi-user. I don't think Rogue had death files. I might be talking out my ass there. But also in Oregon Trail, of course, like when you died, you could save your tombstone on the floppy disk, and it would be there for the next person that played the game. Yeah, there were quite a few of them in the school that I went to. Like,
you mean like leftover, like there'd be the little shelf of like floppy disks or something like that?
No. Like in this one, it would. So in this version of Oregon Trail, when you died, it would leave a tombstone in the game for whoever played next. And you could do multiple. I don't remember how many. Like, I don't even know if there was a stated upper limit. There must have been, just because how much. Maybe this saved it locally somehow, or maybe it saved it. Maybe there was like they had like 5 kilobytes saved on the disk for it, right?
So
like,
so there's a whole history of. I don't know why I'm like. This isn't surprising. We used to have to make records before there were digital devices we could make records on.
Yeah.
In fact, that's most of history.
True.
I just found out that a couple of friends of mine who are programmers don't have offsite backups of all their stuff. So if their apartment blows up, they got fucking nothing, which
Right.
is crazy to
That's
me.
wild.
Um,
I talk
anyway.
to I mostly talk to people like this that are like in their 20s, but when I see someone that's like 30s, 40s, it's like an invasion of the body snatchers. I'm just like
Yeah.
like no, like don't live like that. It's $5 a month. Fucking do it. Like get you a
Yeah.
back blazer, what the hell ever. Like just the life you save may be your own. Lordy,
But
lordy.
so offices would have files, and maybe those files are duplicated somewhere.
Yeah.
But libraries specifically, when you got a book, they would write your name on a piece of paper, and they'd keep the piece of paper to know that you had the book. And when the book came back, they put that piece of paper back in the book for some reason. So I'm just describing something that you know what it is, Phil, but I'm just describing it from scratch because it's very silly. It's absurd that this exists. So there'll be this slip of paper that like is detachable from the book, but like there's a pouch that lives at the front. And on that slip of paper, as a consequence of this filing system, you have everyone who like last checked it out, because they're not replacing the piece of paper every time. Why? Who knows? You could, paper's cheap, but for some reason, this is what we did. And that seemed to be the fact that there's like a who checked out this book previously, which the library doesn't need to know. It's not an invasion of privacy.
That's the plot of so many books
I
back
know!
in the day. Like it's a pivotal.
It's the plot of everything.
Yeah, it's a pivotal thing. They're like, oh, like the previous person that checked out this book was Mary Sue Watkins, and
it was in Harry Potter too.
Yeah,
Was it
really?
I'm sure it's in multiple
That's
CSIs.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely. Dick Wolf's entire oeuvre is basically predicated upon the idea of there being a like a ability to check out books from a library or even like videos and stuff, and then have it list who last had it. Yeah.
Okay. For very rarely viewed YouTube videos, we should just turn that on again. Just let's see what the last
person to watch this video is Steve
and what
Jenkins.
else? What else are they watching?
I love that. Like, okay, so what if it's like, yes, like, so you some kind of scraper that looks over YouTube and finds videos that have not been watched in longer than a week, and then when somebody watches them, just makes a little note like watched by account name or something like
something. Okay.
What if it's an extension for your browser? Like you're the one. It has to be opt-in, right? You're the one that watched this.
So I want to ask you an aesthetic question. So we know that older school games that are meant to be played on cathode ray tubes look worse on things that aren't cathode ray tubes.
Yeah.
Not for
the shaders are getting pretty good these days.
Sure, if you intentionally want to make it look like a cathode ray.
If you want to, or as I say, crap it up. Yes.
Sure. Some things I've made or some things that other people have made that aren't really, really well known are on YouTube, and sometimes I will watch them. I'll look, and they're like 14 years old, and I'll look them up for the first time in a while, and I'll watch the video and I'll be like, I remember this being in higher resolution. And I can't tell if my like pickiness around resolution has changed, or like things. And if I was a tech company, I just had petabytes of data, I would certainly throw out the higher quality versions of the long tail of videos.
You'd think so?
That no one was watching.
Like, man, or even like, I mean, think about, Nintendo has videos of like Space World. You know that E3 has like videos of like the first dozen E3s and shit. Impossible to find. Like they do not put them online.
I mean, you say that, but like there's just Doctor Who episodes that are missing.
Oh yeah. We this is also a thing we've talked about on the show before.
The famous Golden Age. There's like multiple famous Golden Age Hollywood movies from the 20s and 30s that are just gone.
Yep. They were so there were a couple of famous fires in Hollywood that this is where they kept all the celluloid. It got just too hot one day and that shit went up, and a lot of stuff was just gone forever at that point. This is like a lot of the stuff we show on Retro Strange we can only show it because it's been found by some guy like in like a barn in Australia. Like that's how like that I think in fact I think that's a story of some of the Patrick Troughton Doctor Who's was that they found them in a barn in Australia or New Zealand or some shit. Because the person happened to work at like a affiliate of, you know, like a BBC thing like back in the day. And so
it's funny you're bringing this up. When I was traveling, I started in Turkey and then I went through Greece. And then part of it explicitly was I wanted to recreate parts of the Odyssey. So I went through Troy. I went through a few of the islands village that, and I'm like wandering around, like loading up Wikipedia for where I am. And a lot of stuff we know is like a very similar level of happenstance. Like the town burned down, but like one weirdo brought some stuff to Constantinople. And then like he died, but no one bothered his basement because it got sealed from some like dispute. And then we found it again in the 70s when someone wanted to do a renovation. Like every story is like that. Because if there's an official like location full of stuff, it'll get burned by your enemies. So Carthage, which was about the size of Rome, when Rome, I think, attacked them for the second or third time and won, they burned all the texts and sold everyone into slavery. So we have zero. We knew that they wrote in a different language. We have zero record of that writing.
We just know that it existed because they said, okay, we enslaved these people, right? Like that's the whole sum total.
Yeah.
It turns out.
And it's very precarious. So what's happening now in computer vision land is there is a cache of texts that have been found, and it's on there's this it's a sort of like Netflix Hugging Face style machine learning challenge. There's a cache of scrolls that have been found, but they're too brittle to unroll. And
so somebody looked under Bradsky's couch. Then is what you're saying.
Who's Bradsky?
Gary Bradsky, founder of OpenCV. Yeah.
Right. So there's these. I think there's this like ongoing ML challenge. They're able to do sort of X-rays of the whole scroll itself, but it's like rolled up like.
So they can't unroll it, but they can shine light into it, I guess, is what you're saying.
They can do X-rays of them.
Yeah.
And so it's this sort of ML challenge of like, okay, on this like very dirty paper.
Then roll through that's rolled multiple times. Like how can you extract each individual layer, then reconstruct?
Yeah. It's called the Vesuvius challenge.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I think they found this. It was in somewhere called the Herculaneum Papyri. That's the set. They found this in like the 50s or something. Oh no, it was found in the 18th century. But they tried to unroll one, and it's so brittle it just fucking fell apart. And there's hundreds of them, and they're like, "Well, we're not doing that." So someone just another weird guy just held on to it, and he's like, "One day we'll figure out how to unroll these." And turns out it'll be with the power of computers.
There was that famous like early internet video of a guy taking out one of the Edison cylinders, one of the Edison wax cylinders, and it just like just basically exploding in his hand. He's like, "Oh, these are so delicate," and it just goes like it's like, "Oh fuck," on live TV. So good. Like imagine being that guy, right? Nowadays, like he'd be printing T-shirts and shit. He'd be a Hawk Tuah level famous at this point.
Okay, do you know the Banksy painting that half shredded itself? I feel like that was supposed to totally shred itself, and it just fucked up. Right?
He fucked up.
Right?
I totally agree.
And I think that's even funnier.
If anything, and what's awful is that makes it more valuable. It's an error.
I'm
right?
Not really offended by anything he does.
It's like back in the day, like comic books or baseball cards, it'd be misprints. You know, like the misprints are more valuable than the ones that look like they're supposed to because there's fewer of them. It's a scarcity issue. But when you've only got when there's one version of this piece of art and it didn't work, I don't know if that makes it more or less valuable. I don't know.
Do you know about the
I wish
There's the
Orson Welles were here for us to ask.
Yeah. There's the supposed Leonardo da Vinci painting that was maybe bought by someone in the Saudi government.
Hmm.
And it's unclear whether Leonardo da Vinci did it or like maybe an assistant did. And they spent a lot of money on it. And then on further analysis,
It's
they're
probably
like,
an
well, maybe
Elmir.
Is Elmir?
Elmir de Hore from next time I see you, Dustin, we will have to watch F for Fake, the Orson Welles movie. It's so good. Watch it tonight. It's the best. I watch it at least once a year. It's like my favorite Orson Welles shit. But it concerns a famous art forger and also Patty Hearst and a bunch of other stuff. It's also probably has Wells' greatest 2 minutes of filmed video and audio where he goes off on the whole thing about the importance of architecture and beauty and who cares about whose name is on the building and blah blah. It's extremely good. But anyway, Elmir de Hore is one of the subjects of F for Fake, and he's a famous art forger. Supposedly, many of his paintings still hang in all of the great galleries of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I got the sense from finding out about this painting that if it's fake, no one wants to know.
Exactly.
And that those incentives feel aligned.
The more that it's acknowledged, like the less valuable everything else becomes.
Yeah.
And so therefore you want to either downplay or ignore what is being talked about, even if it's provable, because that will make the things that you have that aren't fake also less valuable. Because overall it's kind
we're
of a
just
thing.
all winning. All metrics are going upwards.
Number go up.
We're all getting to success very fast.
Getting to success. That's right. It was going to be the original title of this program, Dustin. Getting to success.
To success? I don't
Getting to success with Phil Nelson. My motivational channel. Do you like success? Are you worried?
No.
Hey, are you worried about success? Would you like more of it?
It's really important if all those hays start from the side and you're like, hey.
Can you
Hey.
No, hang on. Let me switch.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, dude, give me one more from the side.
Hey there.
Yeah. Are you worried about success? Who doesn't like success? Hey, fellow teens. Like, now, who doesn't like success? I know I do. But you could always use more of it. Am I right, folks? Et cetera, et cetera. I think like what I've learned from watching the ads at my local bar on the regular television these days is every time you say something, there has to be a gesture with it. So like,
Yes.
it has to be, for example, if I were addressing you, I would say, I know that you want more money. Like it has to be every.
So are you describing old commercials or
all current commercials? This is current day commercials.
Okay, interesting.
Except they're all AI dubbed now, and most of them sound like Joe Rogan.
Sorry, they're AI dubbed because they're filmed with non-English speakers then?
No,
or...
they just, it's one of those things, right? The manager or whoever can just rewrite the copy whenever they want and just send it off to the script.
So what's it called? They instead of ADRing it, they
Yes. And so you'll have like somebody that almost looks like they're saying the words that in the beginning. It looks basically like this. It looks basically like this show. But then it will just cut to a VO. Like, you know, just voice over video or images, and about half the time it sounds like Joe Rogan, but if he had like just gotten in a really
he's
bad,
probably a huge part of the data set. He just makes so much data.
Right, exactly. But it sounds like him. But if he had just been in a pretty bad car accident, like he's like maybe 10 or 15% slower than you'd expect. Like it's not like he's mostly all there, but like it
That sucks. I think I haven't encountered this yet. I think
this is half of all my. I think I've blocked so many ads on YouTube that it's just like desperate.
yeah. So
But
I
these are
use
also
YouTube
on
for-
regular TV now. Like these are
Yeah.
on like on ESPN and shit. Anyway.
I use YouTube for pretty long music mixes. So
Mm.
starting about like 4 years ago, I started paying for YouTube, and which is like I don't normally like pay for things like cable. YouTube is in the same category as cable as far as I'm concerned.
It's
just
interesting.
makes sense
My
to, like, skip the
nephews.
ads.
So like my teenage nephews, this is the only thing they use for like they pay for music is YouTube. Like they don't have an Apple Music or Spotify or anything. They just use YouTube.
Mhm. I was a SoundCloud guy for the longest time.
Mm,
I don't know. It seems like I'm the only one.
I've got an old computer that runs a Plex server. I still have every piece of music I've ever bought or ripped.
I started using Jellyfin recently, and I
Yeah,
found
okay.
it very
It's a
convenient.
good one. It's a good one. Man, I thought we were gonna play some more Vampire Survivors, but I think Natalia fell asleep.
Oh,
Bye. You asleep?
it's also for me. It's also
She's
midnight
awake, but
over
she's not
here.
answering me. What's that?
So I think it's also midnight for me.
Yeah,
over
it's
here.
about. I was gonna say like you're still on
So
the
I
East
think I'm
Coast,
gonna-
buddy.
I'd like to.
Um,
practice for the night.
Dr. Dustin Freeman, Dr.
Yes.
Dustin Elliot Ernesto Freeman. Where can the people find you if they want to follow you on Al Gore's internet? Where's the best thing to keep up
Well,
with
oh, man,
Dustin
Al Gore.
Freeman?
I'm gonna call it Twitter. It's Twitter.
Yes.
Dustin Freeman's great, or Instagram. Escape character. But
Yep.
I tend to update things on my personal site, DustinFreeman.org, which stands for organism. when I registered it,
DustinFreeman.organism.
like
That makes
15
sense.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
like an
But I
organ.
don't know what I'm doing next. Ask me again in 3 months.
I will ask you what you're doing again in a few months. Do you have any last word, like any kind of? Do you want to leave the people with some kind of positive or negative sentiment as you check out?
I think you should print off something and store it in your walls. Write a note, store it in your walls. We don't know when digital media could go away.
You're
That's the
absolutely
positive note
you
I
are
have.
you are absolutely right. I love that so much. Like hide something in your apartment. Like hide something in your
hide it.
apartment. Like not.
This isn't like a prepper thing. This is just
No.
making mysteries.
I'm not like it should not be valuable. It should just be like a little note of some kind, a photograph. Just slide that shit under one of the tiles in your apartment or whatever, and then decades
Honestly, it
from
should probably
now.
be your your root recovery password or something like that if you forget it, because you're gonna. But
the recovery codes that you had to print out for your 1Password
You
or
have 'em somewhere.
LastPass, like
Yeah.
just like pry up one of the tiles in your like your closet or your bathroom or something and put it in there. So says Dr. Dustin Freeman. It was so good to talk to you, Doc. We will do this again. Absolutely, man. It is
please.
good to see you. Good to hear you. Adios.
Yes.
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah.
All right. That was a lot of fun, folks? Wow. I look pretty different with the color filter over my video here. And also my microphone visible. Anywho, I think we're going to call it a day, folks. This has been a very fun and informative episode of Phil's show. I'm Phil. It's my show. And thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun to reconnect with Dr. Dustin Freeman. Thanks to the cheers on the bottom of the screen there. That was delightful. We will be back next Tuesday, 7:00 p.m. with more video games and shenanigans. Perhaps Natalia and I will even finish the game of Vampire Survivors that we had to stop a little early here today. Take care of yourselves out there. Take care of somebody else if you can. And have a great day wherever you may be.